Are you filming?
Yeah.
I'm scared. Ready? Action. Hello, I'm an addict named Bailey.
And I'm an addict named Danny.
And this is a Time and Place podcast. Just kidding, we're not from Australia. I know, we fooled you.
We fooled ya.
Gotcha. We got him so good.
Got him.
Look at her face. I don't know what else. I saw this. I keep seeing this Lululemon commercial, and she's like, "Running in Lululemon feels familiar." Every time I see it, we have to have an eat a treat, free to treat. I'll be watching this podcast back, and I miss so many of your jokes because I just talk over people, and it's so rude. But then I'm just watching you. You're so funny. You're so funny. Danny was putting on lipstick as a joke in the bathroom while we were getting ready, and she goes. She's like, "How do you do this?"
I'm like, I don't wear makeup.
She was doing it to be funny, but I was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, we started our shenanigans well before
we
started
dying laughing. I'm sorry, this is a lot of energy.
I was like, I already cried like 3 times. This podcast takes a lot out of me. And we didn't start yet.
I know. And I got here too, and Danny had all the setup all ready to go. I was like, okay, queen. Now she's getting it. I love that.
Not me being responsible.
Just shocked.
This is the thing. You keep the bar low so that when you do small little things, everyone's like, wow.
Wow, Danny put the table over where it goes. Look at you.
Oh my God, yesterday where were we? When I was embarrassed. Oh, we were at Sheetz. And like, Bailey went to the bathroom and she handed me her receipt because we ordered food, so I had both of our receipts. And
they call you by your number.
Yeah, they call you by your number, and I accidentally gave her my receipt, and I had her receipt, and they called the number, and I went up, and I grabbed it, and I was like, wait, and it didn't look like my order. But then I realized I had her receipt, and I was like, oh, thank you. I brought her food in her. I'm like, oh, I accidentally grabbed yours. I'm like, oh no, now I gotta go up again.
It was like, you should be humiliated.
You should be humiliated. I'm like, they're gonna be back there like, look at her.
Look at her, she's got it again.
Another one.
What a loser. Okay, you should be really ashamed of yourself. It was such a small thing. She's like, everyone points and laughs at you.
Look at her.
Look at her. There she is again.
Oh my God.
Danny's been making fun of me all day too, because like I was putting makeup on and I'm like, oh, I'm wearing a hat. I have to put it on my forehead. She's
my
like,
forehead.
My forehead. I was like, oh snap.
Anywho, let's get. We gotta get going.
Yeah, we have a lot to go over. As you guys know, I joined a dating site, and I'm like, it's been quite an experience so far already. I've had a lot of conversations with people, some nice, some kind of not nice, but like, I'm not the nicest person either, so I guess it doesn't really matter sometimes. Like, you know, I have such stories to tell. So if you guys like this podcast, please like and subscribe though. Like, we're so glad you're here. Thank you to those who already subscribed. Just hit that like button. Let us know what you like. I don't know.
Leave us some comments. I love comments the most. And
yeah, same.
If you know someone who could use a little laughter and fun and recovery stuff, share.
Yeah.
Share this.
About sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
If they want to giggle, maybe learn about 2 girls in recovery, because we're both addicts and recovery.
Yeah. And I really, like, part of it is for the pod and the promotion of a good cause, and then the other part is, like, I really want to get sponsored so that I can get day beds. So, like, I'm like, share it. We're trying to get followers.
In due time.
We're trying to get
I would do this for years for free, though, to be fair.
Yeah, same.
Like, I'm committed. I would do this for free forever.
Forever.
If we did start getting paid for it, can you imagine, though? It would be so crazy.
Like, wow. This is our full-time job.
That would be sick. Okay, let's get into it. So remember when we talked about last time that guy was, and I put this on my TikTok, too. It's Bailey R111 if you want to follow me there. But we talked about the guy who was a auto service technician
Mm-hmm.
in his real job, gas station attendant. I was like, is that technically a lie?
People thought that was funny
What do you mean?
on your TikTok. I was like creeping. It was weird. I got like we have a
You're
TikTok.
creeping?
We have a TikTok for Time and Place podcast also, and I was looking on our Time and Place podcast TikTok account, and it was giving
It's a
me
mouthful.
the notifications of comments on your personal TikTok.
Oh, weird. That's
Yeah,
weird.
It was strange.
Wait,
I was like,
now that I think of it, I should have
Whoa.
tagged our. I didn't even tag our podcast in that TikTok that I made about this situation because I'm like, it's auto service technician, and I was like, Danny and I were like, oh my gosh,
We're
high
like,
value
high
skill.
value skills.
And then it was like, oh yeah, I work overnights at a gas station. I was like, not that that's a big deal.
which is like
Don't
yeah.
care. It's the deception for me, and he didn't even technically lie.
Listen, I don't. Maybe he wasn't being deceptive. Like
That's
you know,
the only option you can choose for gas stations. Like, but you just type it in, right?
But you know that like that thing where you want to like say you're rich even though you're not rich, and like
Yeah, me.
so like maybe he wants to be an auto service technician.
Like, I'm in debt because I wanted a Stanley so I can look so bouge.
and she bought me one.
That's different.
This was my birthday present.
Yeah.
So defensive.
I did indeed.
It's okay. Shopping is your like safety net
Oh my gosh, so
that you can't let go of.
I literally, though,
You will defend to the end.
I
of
have
it.
let go of it, though. I haven't shopped. Online or in stores.
That's different. You haven't stopped defending it though.
I just mean gifts. I guess no, that is a
It's
problem.
like,
I do still
when I
have a
was, like-
problem with gift giving because, like, I guess that's how it.
Manifest.
Whoa, because I just literally hold
I
on.
used to be like, "Hey, Dad, can you stop doing heroin?" And he's like, "Maybe you should stop drinking." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Shout out to Dad though. Like, sorry, I just
Maybe you should stop drinking.
But it's that same energy.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's different.
whoa.
No, I'm literally getting someone a gift and I have to buy it online. And I'm like slightly triggered by scrolling through things online and pressing a button and having it like delivered.
But wait, you haven't.
When the box comes even, I'm gonna be like, okay, this is not for me. Like,
You haven't stopped. I mean, you stopped shopping online for yourself though.
Yeah, 100%.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I
That's
got
a big,
rid of Prime,
It's a big step. Big thing for you.
but I bought a Gen Z Bible.
For someone else.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was made someone's godmother, and I feel like we would have
Ow.
fun going over that together and talking about it. But anyway, so that happened with the guy with the job, and it's fine. Like, but I was saying on my TikTok, like, I'm a secretary, but you don't see me putting like CEO of communications or like director of public relations.
It's like when you're unemployed, you're like, I'm in between opportunities.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Exactly. Like, just put a nice little bow on it. So,
Well, you gotta. I mean, I feel like good for that guy for.
but it's like a little jarring. Like, it's like when, okay,
At
so
least he told you right out of the gate.
straight out the gate.
Well, I guess straight out the gate would be like gas station attendant on your profile, but like,
That's like me putting a bunch of filtered photos of, you know, me and like body shaping my body, and then meeting me in real life and being like, just kidding. Like, you know, it's kind of similar.
I'm so proud when I put my job on things.
As you should. You
It's
have
like-
such a grown up, awesome job.
This is what I do.
Okay, so let's talk about my dating nightmare.
Okay.
It's such like, I haven't been on a single date with anyone, but I've had talks, and I've been like, oh, let's FaceTime before we actually meet in person. That way, my worst fear is getting caught on a date with someone who we don't get along, you know, for an hour.
Yeah.
Like-
no,
And I'm kind of, you know, I'm traditional, so I like to be picked up at home and treated like a lady, and you know, so like, it's not like I'm gonna be able to just leave if I want to. In my head, who knows what's gonna happen, because
I mean, you can always call me and I will come get you from literally anywhere.
oh my god, you're such
If
a
you
good
feel
sister.
unsafe or uncomfortable, by the way.
Same to you.
So
Same to
yes, you can always leave if you don't.
I'll just
Right.
like hide in the bathroom.
And you need to share your location with me whenever.
Yeah, let's do Life 360. We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
This podcast is sponsored by Life 360. One day.
Someday.
So anyway.
Wait. Pause.
Okay.
You're gonna say so.
As long as you don't
anyway.
see the logo, you're fine. So, okay, so I meet this guy. We're talking over messaging for a little while. Then he gets my number. And we're just texting and stuff. And it's giving golden retriever energy. Like, he's so nice. He's so excited about everything. Like, he's just, he seems like a really kind, and his pictures too. He just looks so sweet and innocent. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, he's like someone I could talk to. So I'm like, he texts me, and this is the first red flag up, like, what happened. He goes, want to hang out. This is at 9 p.m. He lives in Buffalo. He says, want to hang out. And I'm like, hang out, ? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm more of like a proper date kind of girl. He's like, he's like, oh, I could take you on a date, but it's too late for that. And I'm like, I know. Or no, I said exactly. So like, and I very much no patience for anything with men, especially. I'm trying to work on it. So whatever. So he's like, I was like, you can Zoom call me while I finish rolling this sushi, because I was making sushi. And he goes, okay. So like, I set him up on my phone. I'm rolling the sushi. We're chit-chatting. And he starts saying things like, oh, you're probably talking to so many other guys. And it's giving pick me, too. I'm like, because when we were talking originally, I was like, oh, he's like, send me a selfie. I was like, you first. He's like, no, I'm ugly. I'm like, come on. That is so cringy to me. So he sends me, and he's not ugly. He's very cute. Like, so, I don't know. It was giving, projecting. Because, like, who is he to think that I'm talking to... Because I texted him back and I was like...
That's just...
I was like, you're the first guy I'm talking to. And he was.
You shouldn't even have to, like, prove...
I know, it just gives you an ick, right? So I go, you're the first guy I'm talking to, actually. And he goes, do all women lie? Ha ha ha. You're talking to so many other guys. I know, Danny. But here's the thing. I'm very much like, oh, all men do this, all men do that. I'm trying to stop that. Like, I'm really trying to stop that, because it's not true. Like, it's the one I've been choosing in the past. Well, and that's why I feel like all men do certain things, because it's my reflection of my choices.
When you say stuff like golden retriever energy, like, would you feel comfortable if a guy was like, yeah, she has cocker spaniel energy? Cocker spaniel, whatever, I don't know. Like,
it's just an internet term, like slang term, and it's like just to... Do you get what I mean, though, when I say he's like...
Eager to please.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a diss. It's anything. It's like a super big compliment.
Comparing him to a dog.
True.
That's like... I fucking love dogs.
And the golden retriever is the best dog.
That's objective. Subjective. Objective.
So, on the internet lingo speak, though, that is a huge compliment, in my opinion. Like, that's the kind of man you want. Like, you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. Like, I wouldn't want to be compared to a dog. She has cocker spaniel energy. If anything, I have, like, shih tzu energy.
Saint Bernard energy. She has poodle energy. She has chihuahua energy.
Don't you ever say that. Just kidding. So anyway, like, the reason for setting that up was because to say that when I talked to him versus texting, it was so different.
Yeah.
Like, he was just like...
Ugh. Icky.
He's like, hey.
I feel bad for him.
Like, hey. I'm like, oh yeah, what do you do again? And he goes, I'm a chauffeur. I handle a lot of our wealthier clients. And I was like, cool. Like... So I'm like, he's in his apartment, right? It looks like a nice place. I'm like, oh yeah, do you live alone? He's like, no, I live with 6 other guys. Of course I live alone. And like, I like a sarcastic sense of humor. I like a little bit of like back and forth, like we kind of make fun of each other things. Mm-hmm. But that was just giving like a little douchey. I hate to say it. I don't know why. I was like, okay, anyway. And then I'm asking him questions like about himself, about him as a person, like, you know what I mean? He's on his phone, like, when you're FaceTiming with someone, he's just, like, scrolling, typing, and then I say, oh, yeah, blah, 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 we're talking, he's like, oh, yeah, didn't you say this? And I was like, I think so. Then I go and pull up his on my phone. He's like, oh, look at, you're scrolling through all these other guys, but it was literally me scrolling through his profile and mine and his messages, mm-hmm. And he's like, look at, you're having to scroll so down to, like, find me, and I was like, sir... So, in my head, I was just like, this is not going to go anywhere. But, like, whatevs.
Imagine you never Zoom called him and you got.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine I was on a date
gosh.
with this man sitting across from him trying to eat like, whatever, French fries, and he's just sitting there being like, yeah, And I'm gonna be like, please get me out of here, Danny.
I would be right there.
Yeah, you would. So, no, I'm not putting myself in that
Right.
position at all. So that was so interesting, but like I felt bad too because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let you go so you can like, do whatever it is that you're doing because he kept all you could hear was like super fast too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, you're a fast typer, blah blah blah. But then it got annoying because he wasn't listening. And another thing, he's like, oh, you're rolling sushi. I'm like, yeah. I said that to you already. It's the not listening for me. It's the not paying attention. It's the never asking me a single question about myself. I would ask him a question, he would answer, and then he would just be quiet. Like, it's your turn now. Like, you know what I mean? It was just so awful. So, but I'm so glad that we Zoom called, and I was like, okay, I'll let you go. And he goes, oh, okay, well, let me know what you're doing this weekend. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, I need to tell the truth. I can't be lying to people.
Mm-hmm.
So like in that moment, I could have been like, hey, yeah, this isn't gonna work out. I think we should just be friends, whatever. But then I was just like, okay, I will, and hung up and I was like, I need to recover from that.
Yeah. Well, you know that I have like radical acceptance for lying when you don't feel safe.
Yeah.
Like, lie.
Yeah. It
Lie.
wasn't too about feeling safe. It was more like I didn't.
Well, yeah.
It was a convenience factor. Like, I didn't want him
Even
to get
so.
mad. Yeah, no, you're right. Because if he would have gotten, like, all mad,
Right.
I would
You wouldn't have felt safe.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing to think about.
She said I was right.
She loves what I said.
Again.
So he texted me, Danny, you can drink it, just don't show this part on the camera.
This part?
You're the one who was editing it. Just blurs it out. So that was that on that. And he has messaged me a few times
Look at
after.
this little queen.
And I just didn't respond and I feel bad. I feel bad for ghosting someone because I've been ghosting and I don't like it.
Well, you could just like be like, hey, I really enjoy. No. I really just enjoy our phone call the other day.
Here's my line when I say to people that is usually all-encompassingly true and not, like, it's nice. It's like an easy letdown where I'm like, hey, I think we'd be better off as friends. I think we just have different
energies,
points of view and things like that, you know?
You could say that.
And that's how I feel. It's true. Well, I don't want to be his friend, though. Dang it. Anyway.
Just not say anything.
Yeah. I don't know what to do, you guys. If you know what to do, like, so like if you were talking to someone, they don't want to talk to you anymore, would you rather have them ghost you? That's how we should think about it. Like, would I rather have someone just ghost me, or would I rather have them, like, let me down easy, or would I, like, want them to lie to me? Like, what do I,
Yeah.
I would want to know the truth. Kinda.
I'm always considering, like, safety first, too. Like,
Yeah,
if
true.
you feel like he has that, like, energy of, like, he'll get really mad or he'll try to retaliate in some way.
I don't think, sorry, you just have, like, a little white thing right here. I don't think he'll get really mad, or I just think he would just kind of be,
He already sounds pretty insecure in the
I
first
know,
place.
bless him. I feel bad. Like, I wish he was more secure because he's a good looking.
What are you talking
That little thing right there. He's a good looking, like,
You
decent.
can't talk right now because I'm not going to be on camera doing this
Okay.
while you're talking.
Okay, sorry. I was just trying to help
Stop
you.
it.
I was just trying to be helpful.
Thank you. You were recording me doing
No,
that.
no. Insert footage of Danny
Imagine.
fixing her face. Okay, back. I can't remember what I was even talking about.
Letting him down easy.
So yeah, so he hasn't messaged me in the past 2 days, which is good. I think he gets the hint, which is sad. I feel bad. Well, if he feels bad, he's gonna feel more insecure because he's gonna be like, she hates me.
No. First of all, he's probably the one talking to a million other girls. Second
Well,
of
yeah,
all,
I could tell he was because he was like not paying attention and he was typing the whole time. Well, it could have been anyone, but like it was giving. He's projecting.
Yeah.
It was giving like that.
So, and I think it's like a different, like, online dating scene comes with, like, ghosting is like such a.
But like I don't want to be a part of that culture. I want to be the one that
I would
doesn't
rather
hurt people.
I
Because
would
I've been
rather
hurt that way and I don't like it.
I would rather somebody ghost me, I think.
I'd want to know the truth. Like, what
I
was
feel like
it that I did or
ghosting-
said? But then if someone told me that, I'd try to fix it, though, probably. So you're probably right.
I would just rather be like, okay, obviously we're not talking anymore. On to the next. When you're in that like online dating mentality, it's literally like swiping through, like, oh, okay,
There's
next
so
one, next one,
many
next one.
men out there. So many. I thought there was no men anywhere. There's a lot. Let me tell you, that's great. It's insane.
It freaks me out.
Here's the thing. This is my strategy. Is I'll talk to a couple, and then once it's like how I do with sponsees, where like once somebody falls off, I get another one. Like I have a certain quota, like you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking like again. We talked about this before. I'm only speaking with people, getting to know them. I'm not kissing anyone. I'm not like I haven't even been on a date. I'm not kissing on the
She's
first
nothing
date.
like me.
Well, I would feel bad if I was kissing multiple people at the same time. And I might even, like, this, I don't even know if I'm going to put this online, but I and I've told a few guys this, I might want to save myself for marriage. I know.
Could never be me.
I know, but it's feeling like that's what my higher power wants me to do, just because, like, of the things that I keep hearing about, you know? I know, Danny.
I'm not.
I cried about it on the way here.
Let's talk about something else.
I was like, God, please.
What's next?
I don't want to do that. Next is a guy that I really actually started liking. And he's so cute. Remember? I showed you pictures of him. He's like really cute.
Okay.
He's the one with the golden doodle.
Golden doodle energy.
So we're talking, we're really like, he just keeps complimenting me, and it's like such a good conversation, asking me questions, interesting conversation, wonderful time. And then he goes, yeah, when we go out, blah, 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 I might try to lean in for a kiss. And I was like, oh, I don't kiss on the first date. And his attitude, his whole demeanor changed. He just like stopped talking to me. He texted me back and was like, oh, that's not a problem at all, blah, blah, blah. But then I hadn't heard from him. So, and the thing too about that is, if my boundaries are too much, like, then it's going to weed out.
Go find less. Yeah.
We don't know how to weed them out. like, you just got to tell them you're not going to hook up with them. And then they're just like, okay, bye. And if that's the kind of guy that, you know, whatever, then that's fine. If he's not looking for someone like me, then I'd rather know sooner than later. So I kind of have been telling people that from off the jump. Like, but then I'm losing these guys that I like. But I'm like, if they're not right for me, then they're not right for me. But, like, it's hard.
Ugh.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Because you are such a catch. And you really are.
Thank
You're like
you.
a good soul, a good person. You'd be a great partner.
You too. I love
But
you.
I just hate hearing you have to be like, I like them and they don't like me and it's me creepy.
Yeah,
I'm like,
why?
no,
See,
Bailey.
I'm insecure.
No.
I know, and I struggle with low self-esteem. I've been working on it with my sponsor, and I'm with my therapist and everything else. I don't know what that is. So whenever that first guy was so insecure, it really like bothered me, because it's something in myself that I saw in someone else, and I was like, oh,
If you
I
spot
don't
it, you
like,
got it.
If you spot it, you got it, and that's so true. And here I was being like, oh my gosh, these guys don't even care to get to know me. I'm not like, I wasn't caring to get to know them, other than being like, oh, do you cook? Like, what can you do for me? Like, you know, it's kind of. So my friend called me out. Jara actually called me out in such a loving way, but she was like, you need to treat these men like they're human beings. And I was like,
Yes. Not dogs.
I was like, what? I was like, I didn't realize like that I wasn't. I didn't realize it, like, but I really wasn't. Because my experience with men, especially ones that I'm attracted to, I just start like being mean to them, you know? I don't know what that's about. Not now. Like, now I'm definitely being nice to people.
You're being more intentional about your
yeah.
goals and your energy and what you want, what you're looking for, what.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it sounds like there's still some.
There's so much, Danny, and I never would know this unless I started dating, and it's teaching me a lot about myself that I don't like. Like, and I just need to work through.
What is that?
That sounds like a dog. Oh, she's like scratching something.
She's scratching
It
the
sounded-
wind. It sounded like there was a dog trotting
Like,
through my
it
house.
sounded like this.
Luna.
Luna. Is she scratching the window?
She probably sees a bird.
Yeah. That's okay. Speaking of me being mean to people, I accidentally was mean. I have one more story.
I wanted to say before you move on is when I went through my dating phase.
Mm-hmm. Hi, kitty.
That was the biggest thing is I learned so much about myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
It's
And then I got
hard.
I got off the apps. I was just like, yeah, I'm good.
Right.
I'm
not ready.
I figured out
But
that,
how am I to learn this stuff without doing it, you know?
Exactly. I learned what I want. I learned what it feels like when I'm starting to settle. I learned, that I'm not ready because I was, like, having to go out of my way to do stuff, and it was, like, I didn't like it. I was like, no, I'm not ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a lot to focus on with my son and my job and myself.
Just
and
not
my
having
house.
time. I really don't have time for a man. Like,
Kind of time, yeah.
I really don't. Like,
Well...
people were like, what are you doing this weekend? And I'm like, my whole weekend is booked every weekend. So I don't.
But I also said that, and somebody was like, if it was the right person, you wouldn't feel that way at all.
That's
you
true.
Would all your time. You would have all
Somebody
the time.
did say that.
It was you. Was it you?
Yeah, it was me.
I remember.
It was me.
Yeah, it was you. So
No,
like,
you're absolutely right.
You're absolutely right.
And if a guy tells you he's too busy, like, don't believe him. Because if he will never be too busy for his dream girl.
No, but if he tells you he's too busy, believe him. Like, he's too busy.
Oh, I see what you mean. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, believe him, but, like, he is too busy, but, like, they won't be too busy for the dream girl. And I'm trying to be someone's dream girl. I'm not trying to be someone who's with...
You already are someone's dream girl.
Who my partner is just kind of like...
You don't have to try to be somebody's dream girl. You already are somebody's dream girl.
Yeah, you're right.
You just gotta, like...
I just have to
surrender.
I just have to let God...
Let your higher power...
That's another thing. That's another thing is, like, I feel like I'm like, putting myself into something that is, like, I'm not good at this, clearly. Like, I'm really not good at picking who... And I just need to trust God to do this for me. And then my insecurities come out when, like, people don't message me back and I start feeling bad about myself and, like...
It's so easy to do, to be fair. I did the same thing, but... Yeah, I was just...
Okay, so I was accidentally mean to this guy because I was getting so fed up with men not caring, like, if I live or die.
Jesus.
Dang, girl, she's got the zoomies. that's dramatic, but, like, they would just be
not
like,
caring
hey.
if I live or die.
They're like, hey, how's your day? I'm like, great. Like, what? They would never ask me anything.
Great day.
So this guy finally, he's giving me nothing. He's giving me one-word answers. He's giving me, like, whatever. And I'm like, this conversation sucks. And so I was I was just like, okay, bye. Which was mean. Not a nice thing to say when you're talking to someone.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, bye. Let me pull it up because this is insane. This is insane the way this conversation went. I wanted to delete it so bad, but I kept it so I could read it for the pod. Okay, bye. Why are you saying bye? I was like, so you can watch your movie, smiley face. Did you have any questions for me before I go to sleep? Did you have any questions for me? Because I'm like, let's give him a chance, like, you know?
Yeah.
He goes, fine, you can go. You were rude saying bye like that when we were talking and you weren't going to sleep. I don't have anything to ask anymore. So I go, okay. And then I go, I felt like you didn't like me because you didn't try to get to know me at all. Never asked me a single question. I had to keep the conversation going. Okay, bye now, for real. Like, FR, for real. He goes, I'm sorry, I was just dealing with things today. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't message you or give you my number. But you say bye like, and he spelled bye, B-U-Y. Bye like that, it's like really a turn off. So I go, that's okay, but now you called me rude, so I think we should stop talking. It was nice meeting you, though. He goes, you really prove it. You rude and weird also. I love that. I love that. I want it on a shirt. You rude and weird also. It would be so funny. Weird also.
You're not rude. But you are weird.
I know. I was being rude.
You were rude to him, but you're not.
I was rude to him, and then I tried to backtrack. Like, I was like, oh, wait. Like, it just came out, Danny. It came over me like I PMS'd. Like, I was just like, okay, bye. Like, I was like, I'm so sick of this. But he did say he was watching a movie, like, you know. I should have said, okay, bye, I'll let you watch your movie in the same sentence, but whatever. The way he reacted, though.
Bye.
The way he reacted, though, is crazy. So anyway, he goes, you really prove it, you rude and weird also. I go, LOL, okay, bye. Because I knew it would make him mad, because he's like, you know.
Yeah.
He goes, delete my number, weirdo, WTF, with like this face. He goes, child, for real. I go, already done. The name calling isn't necessary, thank you.
Beautiful.
And that's it.
This is the man that I want right there. He's perfect. I would marry him. I don't know who this is, but like that's the vibe.
Okay. He's holding a baby.
Dad vibes.
Okay.
He's single and he's from Olean. Should I add him as a friend?
Just message him. Don't add him, just message him. Can you do that?
Oh, God.
Go to the messages. Like, just message him. Like, click on this thing and then go message.
No!
Do it!
Way.
It's so funny! Come on!
No!
Danny, what if that's your husband right there?
He is single.
I'm saying, message him.
But he's friends with...
So?
Okay. No!
Just say, hey.
No.
How are you?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Okay.
Just say
You do it. You do it.
Okay.
Just say, hey, how are you? Or just say, hey, hi.
Hi. Hi, send.
Yeah.
We did it! Oh my god! How funny!
Okay.
How funny if that's your man for real and like
I was like-
a guy just sent me some pics.
I was
he
like-
owns this place.
Oh, cool.
It's a-
He's cute.
He's pretty cute.
He's cute.
I think
I like
he's probably like 5'8" or something. Like
I
his
like
facial hair, right?
Yeah, I like his clean cut style.
So I can't tell you how many men are 5'11". A common thread, they're all 5'11". Like I think if they're below 5, I think if they're below 6 feet, anywhere between 5 and 6 feet, they put 5'11". Like there can't possibly be this many. Not that it matters.
That's crazy because
Not that it matters. The height really doesn't matter. It's the deception.
when
It's the
I was
lying.
on there, I kept like seeing people like 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", 5'7", 5'6". I'm like, no. Which, like, I hate
It's
to be that
only
way.
because
I'm
you're
so tall.
extra tall.
I'm actually 5'11". I am 5'11".
And we're like, wait, you should stand next to me so I can see how tall these men.
Well, even
we'll do it later.
look at us
Yeah.
like sitting. Look,
I could date someone who's like this much taller than me.
look at the camera.
I could totally date someone who's that much taller than me.
Yeah.
I could date someone who's my height. I really don't care that much.
I have
care.
dated shorter.
I care a little.
I've dated shorter men, like really short, like 5'5".
And you love them.
I love
You
them.
loved them.
I love
It really doesn't matter. If we have good vibes.
But we looked funny walking down the street together. It's like if somebody tries to steal your purse, I got you. No, so it's
I
like
think it's giving like Tom Holland and Zendaya? Like
I want like a.
it's respectable to me. I think it's so.
Yeah.
I think the man. It shows confidence in both of them. Really. That's
Yeah.
how I try to.
I
think
was
about
much younger too, so I was like in the mindset of like, oh, everybody's judging us, and they probably were at our age. Like, you know how when you're younger, everything is all about like looks and.
Yeah.
But now that I'm
Especially in
older,
my 20s and stuff.
now that I'm older, I care even more. I'm just kidding.
Now that I'm
No,
older,
but, like,
it doesn't matter.
so like my list of things.
no, it doesn't.
If I met somebody who's like 5'8", 5'9", whatever, and they like were my person, I would not date them because they're not 6 feet tall. But
Yeah.
if I could have a choice, I need like 6'3" to 6'5".
I think like yeah, totally. I relate. I love a tall man. Man, I just love a tall man. If you're tall, it just something about evolutionary. I think.
I tried to
I'm
tell
just
my
like,
son this. I'm like,
oh,
I'm like,
he's so lucky.
you are so lucky you're so tall, because he's like, I wish I wasn't tall. And I used to feel that way. And now I
bro.
like being tall.
He'll get over that once he starts
Dating.
So I have one thing about like letting people down easy, like we were talking about earlier. I've told people, or I've heard people tell people, I'm not ready for a relationship, and then they're in a relationship like a week later. So you know it was a lie, and it makes you feel like so bad, and it's actually hurts their feelings, being like, oh, you just weren't ready for a relationship with me.
Yeah.
Like it makes me sad. It makes them sad. It would make me sad.
Well, here's the other thing is
I
like,
love this hair
and my
right here.
sponsor teaches me,
This one. Oh,
nobody can make you feel anything.
that's true.
So when she told me that, I was like, I got mad. I was like, sit in a car with my boyfriend for 20 minutes and tell you no one can make you feel anything. Because, like, he had sensory issues. So he would get, like, very, like, not, like, he's never, like, malicious or violent or mean to me. It's just his, like, he would be all, like, like, ah, and then just, like, the energy, and it's written, like, something about being in the car and you can't get away, you can't walk away, and it's right there.
Oh, being in the car, I get that.
And then they're like,
with someone who's road raging or something, even like it's not the same with him, but like when they're like mad, I'm just
it was.
Oh my gosh,
like,
I'm trapped.
road rage.
I'm trapped in a car with this angry person.
That's how I
I'm scared.
felt. Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And I would like lash out, and then we'd be yelling at each other in the car, and I'm just like, but I didn't have the tools back then to understand. Like, if I could have just been like, I can only control my reaction, because I was trying to control him and make him stop feeling that way, you know. But I had to realize, like, now I have the tools where I can be like, okay, like, first of all, I know I need to deep breathe and let my nervous system know that I'm safe. And, you know, I have tools, and I can just let that person have whatever they need. Like,
yes,
they can have it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be able to make them feel anything. All I could do is make the decision to bring in a calmer energy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I have to do that with my son a lot.
I will pray in those moments. I will be like, put a bubble around me right now. Like, I know it's just me and you. Like, it's going to be okay. Like, I will literally be like, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I'm okay. I'm chill. And like, that immediately just brings my whole energy to like such a nice place. And then it feels good. It even feels good when you're next to someone raging and you're calm because of that. And I'm like, wow, look at me. Oh my gosh. Like, and then you're like, thank you, God. Oh my gosh, this is great.
Mine is a similar process. It's like Gabby talks about it. The moment you allow the light in, it wants to be in there.
Yeah.
Like, the light wants to be in. So I just like, I'm like, okay, I'm viewing this through fear. I need to just like call on the light.
Let the love in, yeah.
And then once that happens, I feel like humble and grateful. And honestly, it's like, what would Jesus do?
Yeah.
Like, I think of Jesus. I'm like,
I love Jesus.
How would Jesus view this person?
Yeah.
It's like,
because
with love
Jesus
and kindness, forgiveness, and, you know,
Jesus is
empathy.
the only physical human being example in real life that we have seen on earth to be able, in our brains, to be like, what would Jesus do? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the only, but one of, like, the most popular. Because you could say, what would Mother Teresa think about this
What
person?
would the Buddha say?
What would Gandhi think? Like, you know what I mean? Gandhi would be like, oh, it's okay. Like, you know, they're just searching for love and they don't know how to reach out for it. You know, things like that. So, wow, we got off on a tangent. I love that for us. I really do. This started with, like, a conversation about letting people down easy and turned into that, like, acceptance for people. I love that. Radical acceptance.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to hear about this joke. How long have we been filming?
Okay, so, oh my God, it's not filming. Just kidding.
Danny?
Could you imagine? Okay, so yesterday I was talking on the phone to Sarah, our sister, and we were talking about, like, no, because this joke means I have to talk about my problem. So I was telling her, like, it's so funny because I'll be, like, out of the situation and I'm talking to people I love and care about and I share about it in meetings and I'm like, I really need to stop hanging out with my ex and talking to him so much, and, like, I'm trying to fill a spiritual void with, like, a person and food and coffee and, like, I'm reaching for, like, anything, TV, like, and I've been feeling, like, far away from my higher power and my program, and I haven't been waking up and doing the readings and, you know, just talking to my ex so much.
Did you do the readings today?
No.
Okay.
We can do it after this. But, you know, so I've been talking to my ex a lot, and my sister and Sarah understands, like, me and Sarah are, like, on the same level. We have the same energy. We, like, think a lot alike.
When it comes to men and stuff.
When it just everything, like the grocery store, like, we're both like,
yeah,
like,
that's true.
we both have the same, like, complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, it manifests the same in both.
Which is crazy because you're the oldest in the house and she's the youngest in the house.
Well, it's not crazy because I raised her the most.
True.
Because I was older and I was able to, like, She
Yeah.
really, like, she saw me as her mom
Yeah.
for a long time, I think.
Yeah.
And, like, her safety.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so we were talking about that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm literally insane. Like, I keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I said I have a disorder.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I have a disorder. My brain is in disorder. Like, I keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I have disorderly conduct. And I was like, disorderly conduct isn't something you have. It's something you get charged with. She's like, God charged me with disorderly conduct. Disorderly conduct is crazy.
God charged me with disorderly conduct.
Well, like, what's disorderly conduct? It's like, yeah.
Yep, got that.
Got disorderly
I
conduct.
definitely conduct myself in a disorderly way.
Conduct myself in a disorderly.
Conduct myself.
So now, disorderly conduct is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about like hanging around your ex too much.
That's disorderly.
Disorderly conduct.
That is disorderly
You're
conduct.
conducting yourself. Your brain is disordered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disordered. Like dis-ease. Disordered. Like, I need to get back to good orderly direction.
Hey, G-O-D, good
God.
orderly direction.
God.
Wow. That was a good full circle moment.
Yeah, it
I loved
really
that.
was.
I really loved that. Okay. I'm such a freaking... Why am I like this? The guy I was talking about who stopped talking to me after I said I don't kiss on the first date.
Yeah.
I sent him a picture of my outfit this morning. I was like, fit check. He's like, looking gorgeous. I'm like, okay, I'm done talking to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just liked him. I got attached. I need to do this in a detached way. I keep getting attached.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to do. I saw a TikTok or a reel the other day, and it was like these two girls complimenting each other, and neither of them could take a compliment. She's like, you're stunning. She's like, stop it, you're stunning. She's like, just don't do that. Just take it. Just have it. She's like, this dress was $10. She's like, stop.
This
you're
dress was
gorgeous.
$10.
She's like, stop. This dress was $10. Like, don't, and she could not take it. So I was like, I wonder what Bailey and I would be like receiving compliments.
Oh my gosh. We're
Okay, ready?
trying to get better. You ready?
Like, I want to know your like reaction when I say.
Okay. I'm not gonna try to react in a good way. I'm gonna try to react how I normally would.
Just like what I want you to do is like really get into your body and your feelings and like how does it feel? Okay.
You know I have low self-esteem.
Okay. So you are literally so gorgeous. You're so pretty and you're such a good person.
Thank you.
You do a lot of good in the world. And you're a really good sponsor. And you're a really good example of...
Why are you saying these things to me?
How to work the program. Look at what good people you get.
Will you please
I get
stop?
the same thing.
Will you stop? Can't handle that. I mean, you know what it makes me feel like? It makes me feel like a fraud. It makes me feel like undeserved.
No, it's all
undeserving.
true.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Damn, I'm crying.
Aww.
I'm literally crying.
Aww. Why do you feel
What is going on?
I'm not a therapist. I don't know how to handle this.
I know, it's like when someone's crying, you're like, you gotta put out the fire.
Aw, you're crying.
This is not a good time of the month to talk about this stuff. Honestly.
I'm like, how do you take compliments?
I'm crying. Shut up! This is why we're mean. Because I can handle that. It's funnier. Like, what?
Wait, you had tissues this whole time?
Yeah, did you need
have
one?
one?
Yeah.
I keep crying from laughing so hard.
I gave you a tissue to wipe off your lipstick.
Yeah, but I don't want to use that on my eyes. My eyes. Oh, cute. Oh. Okay, so let's dig into that a little bit.
Okay.
If you're ready, if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, why do you think you feel undeserving of
Oh, gosh.
goodness?
I just feel like sometimes like that I'm like just not a good person.
Why? Did somebody make you believe that when you were younger? Like a parental figure in your life? Perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
I love you so much.
Oh my god. Yeah.
What evidence do I have
feeling.
that it like makes that true today? Like, yeah, I can be a little bitchy, but like I'm not a bad person.
You're not a bad person. You're literally, all those things I said about you are absolutely 100% true. Oh, give me that. I love you. You do deserve to feel good and know that you're a good person. You're not a fraud. Literally, let me tell you.
That's
Now
insane.
I'm actually crying.
I can't believe we just had a full-on breakthrough in therapy on the podcast.
Because I saw
This
one
is so-
TikTok.
This is the thing, like, these things come out when
Oh
you
my
least
God.
expect them, but you gotta really, like, embrace it, because, like, I have every instinct of me, was to push it down, you know? But it's
Yeah.
like, I just gotta cry it out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were gonna cry. I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Yeah, you just fixed my low self-esteem.
Anytime, sister. Oh, look at this makeup bag. Beautiful.
Ooh, it looks great on camera.
What'd you say? You gotta do this for the culture.
Yeah. On Danny's other vlogs that we did one vlog in Walmart. She did like a lot of vlogs before.
I have vlogs.
Danny's vlogs, go check them out.
Don't.
What are they called?
I was watching them the other day. I'm like, oh, I was trying my little best.
Danny, I was watching the other day and I loved watching them. They're
Okay, now you have to give me compliments. Okay.
You are very empathetic and caring and loving. You are
Just saying what I said.
You're honestly though, like you're so easy to talk to, and you're such a good person in general. Like you make people feel so safe and seen, and you're such a good mother too. Like you really do. You would never tell Tiger that or make him feel that he is unworthy like that. You know what I mean? And you take such good care of him. And I know you care so much about him and his future. Like it consumes you because of how much you care about him. And it just goes to show like how good of a mom you are. And you've grown so much in the last year and a half. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna cry again. Dang it.
Aww.
But like watching you like show up for yourself and go to therapy and do all that kind of stuff, doing your step work, like, and you're an amazing sponsor too. Like I know you just truly care about people, and you just have such a good heart and so much love to give. You know what I mean? Anybody who spends any minute with you is so lucky. I'm so lucky to have you in my life.
Oh, I love you so much.
I love you.
So while we were talking, I was practicing receiving because we did that in the retreat.
I'm like, how did you just do that?
This is a shout out to Julia Nunes and Vanessa Lunges, who were my coaches at the retreats that I went to about desire and connection. And we did that. We sat in front. We sat in front
That's
of
tough.
Yeah,
I've never done anything like that.
Oh my gosh,
that was hard.
Sitting in front of
It was so worth it.
18, 19 other people, and you're sitting in the chair. They call it the hot seat, and every single person goes around the room and says something that they like about you, and you practice receiving it.
How do you receive it? How do you receive it?
It's like allowing goodness flow through your body.
Okay.
Without resistance.
Okay. How?
Which I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I just had that experience.
You did such a good job.
Because I felt a little bit when you were talking about being a mom, because that's what I struggle with. It's but I've worked. It's making me realize how much crap I've worked through.
Yeah.
I've worked through a lot of that guilt and shame I had around my motherhood, and I do know that I work hard, and I do know that I'm improving and doing better, and I've proved it to myself and to him, and so hearing it validated You know, I was like, don't say that. But I do really appreciate it, and I just allowed myself to like take it in, like, listen, it's true. Like,
Yeah.
this is truth.
Yeah.
And I know that you are somebody in my life who loves and cares about me more than anybody else in this world. Like, with 8 billion people in the world. So, like, what you say really matters to me. So, so we'll be careful going through my notes.
I love your notes. Your notes are great.
I just said compliment each other and see how we feel / how we accept compliments. I would encourage everyone watching to
Give it a try,
give
man.
it a try. Yeah, like,
And just know that, know who you are.
yeah.
Know who you really are.
Also, let yourself cry
I can't
if you need
breathe
to cry.
anymore.
Okay, my next thing, I wanted to talk about ballet
Oh, okay.
because I love ballet.
Me too.
Like, we were in ballet. We wanted to get out of our comfort zone, but it is like we're forming like friendships, and like it's just, I love it. We went
love
out to
it.
dinner with a couple of the ladies in our ballet class, and we just had the best time. And then just the practice of like moving your body to music.
Yes.
Like, I really want to like learn how to be in the song and like with the movement, and not so much in my head. I want to
Yeah.
be like flowing, like
Yeah.
finding that true flow.
Yeah.
So I think just a lot more practice, but like I just want to check in about it. It's just been like such a good element of my life. Like,
Same.
and I resist going out. I'm like, I don't have enough gas money. Oh, I gotta drive out there. But literally, it's so worth it every time. I come out like with so much energy. I go right to sleep.
It
like
feels
that
so
night.
good
It feels-
after when we're leaving.
Yeah, and then you could feel like in the next day, like you could feel your body just like, oh wow, I like did a lot of stretching. But
I love ballet too.
yeah,
Just
so good.
that's a testament to trying things like out of your comfort zone to see if you like things. Like,
Yeah.
in recovery, we get to know ourselves.
Right.
And I never would have thought that I would like to do ballet ever in my life, but
Right.
I love it. Who
Same.
knew?
Right. Same.
You know?
Like, even though, like, what the turns are called, and
Yeah.
developpe and balance. Like,
Yeah.
I love those. Like, learning
Releve.
those. Yeah, it's been a great experience so far.
Yeah.
And
Pirouettes.
I am completely terrified for the recital. We have a
I
recital.
love that though.
Completely
Like,
terrified.
I'm not nervous right now in this moment, but I have moments where I get like I get terrified.
I think as long as we're all wearing all black, I'll be good.
We are.
Okay, thank God.
We just had to find she said a black leotard, but at least a black shirt, black pants, and a black skirt.
What songs are hitting for you this week?
Oh, okay. That's a good question.
Yeah, because I have a couple.
Okay.
The first one I've been listening to is Sarah Bareilles' version of Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
Okay.
I get into like modes of my life where that song comes in and I'm like
I have
hyper
songs
focused
like
on
that.
it
Yeah.
for months.
And then you
So,
forget, and then you listen to it like years later, and you're like, oh, I remember this time
Yes.
in my life.
And the other ones are The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. What's it? The Reason, which is, there's a band called the Gatlin that does a cover of it. The Reason.
Oh, okay.
I found a reason for me. Deeper Well by Casey Musgraves. And The Light of a Clear Blue Morning, which is, so far I've seen that it's Dolly Parton
Okay.
song. It sounds like an indigenous person wrote that song. But I've been listening to a cover by Waxahachie, and there's another cover by the Wailing Jennies.
Okay.
Those are like, that little group of songs is like, makes my life worth living. The last
I love having songs
2
like
weeks,
that.
yeah.
Where you just have a really good group of songs where you can listen to, and
Yep.
you just
over and over and over again, and it's just been, they're hitting. for me.
hitting. So I've been listening to "Do You Remember" by Jay Sean. Our taste in music
Wow.
is so different. Do you remember? Been listening to that. It's like a throwback, but it's been in. I'm pretty much over it now.
I think I've heard that since I've heard it like, back in the day.
Oh my gosh, I know. It popped up after I put on... he had that one Sean Kingston song playing, and then
Yeah.
you know how Apple will play similar
The
music?
algorithm,
I was like, oh, I'm adding this to my library. This is great.
Yeah.
And then I've been listening to Mighty to Save by Hillsong Worship because I heard Brittany Broski mention it on a podcast. And then I'm listening to My Jesus by Ann Wilson, Known by Torrin Wells, Higher by Unspoken. Those are like my really
those are making
my
your life worth living.
Focus song. Okay, joke of the day. Now that we're done crying,
Time to laugh.
It's not even funny. That's the thing. These jokes are never funny. Why was the Energizer Bunny arrested?
Why?
Because he was. Do you know the answer?
No.
Because he was charged with battery.
Stupid.
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct. He was charged with battery. That's not nice.
He's violent. Who knew?
He's violent. Okay.
Welcome back to
The Serenity Session.
Okay. Today we are talking about step 6. We were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. This one is another one of those steps where it's preparing for the next step. Like how step 8, well, we talked about, like how step 4, you're kind of preparing for step 5, kind of. But this one
I think it's in step 2, you're preparing for step 3.
Yeah. So, but in step 6, you're pretty much preparing for step 7. So we make a list of our character defects, which character defects is a weird word, but it's kind of like our flaws, basically.
Yeah.
Defects. Like if a toy had a defect, it'd be like not good, right? So we figure out through working step 4 and 5, like all of our defects, we make a list of them and we become ready. Where it's not, we're not asking God yet. We are becoming ready.
Willing.
Yeah. We were entirely ready and willing to have God remove. And it's important, that part, to have God remove or to have a higher power of your understanding. We're asking.
Yeah, we're not removing them.
No, but we're ready to have something remove them.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to remove a defect on your own?
I'm on step 6 right now,
which
by
is
the
great.
way. So this is going to be, I'm not going to have much to say about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But, I'm celebrating 1.5 years clean this month. And it's taken me that long to get to step 6. Step 4 really tripped me up, but, I allowed it to trip me up. We talked about this in the meeting last night too, like just getting it done and how much better you feel. It takes more work to like avoid something.
It takes more effort to avoid doing the work than it does to just do the work.
Do the work.
It feels so good to do the work.
It feels so good. But so I'm on step 6 right now, and so I'm on step 6. And I did make a list of all my defects of character, and then my sponsor had me like just focus on each one. So I made index cards with the character defect on one side, and then on the other side is the opposite of character defect.
Yep.
So the first one I worked on was like pride and humility.
So pride is the defect, humility is the opposite of that. And we focus on, when we feel that defect coming up, we focus on the opposite. Yeah. So it's less about running away from pride, more about chasing humility. Because if you try to push something away and resist it, it grows, in my experience. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm being jealous. Let me practice trust or whatever it is. Not jealousy, but like maybe humility is another one for that. But let me practice this one.
One thing that came up for me with the pride one is like, once I moved from pride into humility, was like, so it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, because when I'm being prideful, I'm trying to like prove that I'm better than other people. And like moving into humility, where then I realize like I don't have to prove anything, I can just be who I am, flaws and all, and like, and that's okay, and I don't have to try to be better than anyone or think I'm better than anyone, or like, I don't know, just do all this work to try to, it's like stop trying and just like, and then moving into humility, you get to see other people in like a more gentle light too, like what we were talking about with what would Jesus do. Like you see people, like I'm like, oh, we're the same, we are the same. You are me.
That could be me.
That could be me.
Sarah, our sister, said that. She's like, whenever I want to judge someone, I'll think that could be me. Like, and it's so true. And that's how, like, when I'm talking to these guys, I want to respect them, because that could be me on the other side of the phone. Like, if that was me, what would I want them to say? What would I want a girl that I'm talking to say?
Right.
And it's difficult for me because of my past and stuff, but, like, yeah. I really like that. What's another defect that you have worked on?
Laziness was one that's been helping me the last few days. So
And what's
just
the opposite?
movement.
Oh,
So
I would think productivity would be the opposite.
Movement. It's like if I'm not moving, like moving my hands, moving my feet, moving my body, like moving from one place to another, I'm not that I'm being lazy if I'm not moving, because but like literally if I'm just like feeling stagnant in my mind, but it's like energy.
Yeah.
Like what energy am I putting towards something?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's been helping me, because I'll just be sitting on the couch for like 4 hours or something and like, wait, I need to move. You know?
Yeah. Thinking
like,
of the word movement. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like, okay, now I'm being lazy. How can I stop being lazy right now? Because the universe doesn't hear like, not do this.
Not
it doesn't
lazy.
say no more of this. It just hears the words you're using. So that movement word, having it in you,
Yeah.
like focusing on that, that's so helpful.
It's very helpful. When I'm working step 6, I feel, I'm only focusing on them. She didn't say remove them. She just
Right.
said focus on them.
It's hard to
I'm
work
putting
on
a lot
them,
of-
though.
I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself. But let me tell you, like, even just the noticing of them,
Yeah.
like, so good and helpful.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I want to remove them. Like, I want to
Yeah.
remove them. I'm like, oh no, I'm doing that thing, like being hard on myself again.
Mm-hmm.
I think step 7 is going to help me a lot. Like, I'm very excited to get to step 7.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
find too whenever I try to remove them my own, I make things worse.
Yeah.
I truly do.
Yeah,
I'm
seriously.
like, okay, I'm gonna focus on this one and being like whatever, and then I'm like, wait, is it? I don't know if I'm noticing it more, but it seems to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
So then, when I ask God to remove it, it's like, and then I'm like, I struggle with like, do I actually want this gone? What am I gonna be like without this character?
Yeah.
Like, trait.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But becoming entirely ready is really being like, am I gonna be okay if I'm not gonna be lazy? Like, what's my life gonna look like when I'm not lazy? Am I ready for God to really take this from me?
Sometimes success looks so scary because it's
Uh-huh.
a lot of change could come with it, and we resist those things subconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've dealt with that a lot.
Yeah.
Actually.
My like gluttony, my overeating stuff, I really have some weird attachment to it because I've been using it since I was a kid.
I don't think it's weird.
I have literally like, and I think about, oh, what am I going to be like if I'm not this foodie who always loves food and makes, you know what I mean? I'm like, all these thoughts come to me where I'm like, am I ready? Apparently not, because I'm still struggling with it. But I really want to become ready to get rid of that one.
I guess I didn't make the distinction of like getting ready and not removing them myself, the defects.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be like, kind of being hard on myself and being like, oh, well, why can't you stop just being lazy?
Right.
Like, you notice it intellectually, like, you notice it, but then
I'm
why
not
can't
sure
I?
as much as she would let me.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, want to say hi to the pod, to the people?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, this is Layla.
Layla's here.
Hi.
She's
our
amazing.
favorite.
She's adorable.
Hi,
Jared's
Layla.
daughter.
I'm doing Layla things.
Just doing Layla
Doing
things.
Layla things, so
The camera died, you guys.
the camera died.
And then we had to go do something. And then we had to come back. It sounds like sus.
We had to go do a service commitment
Yeah.
we had to do a service commitment for our program because we do service. Because it helps keep us clean.
Because we do service stuff.
We
And
do do service work.
did I tell you that I held the elevator
JSYK.
for 2 elderly ladies when I was at the casino? Getting our Starbucks. I'm a good person.
Getting our what?
See, now I'm going the other way.
I'm
Now,
a good-
imagine I just go the other way, like so full of myself. My low self-esteem just goes like this after one therapy session. I'm like,
guess
I am
what's
such
a good
person.
way to hide your low
kidding.
self-esteem?
Pompousness? Wow. Dude, your feet.
My manager always makes that, like, we talk about stuff and she's always like, like when we do good stuff, like,
Yeah.
like we got that done, or like we organized something that needed to be done for a long time that nobody else was going to do until, so we just did it and got it done, and then we were like,
Okay, Okay, guys, we want to give a shout out to one of our most loyal subscribers. We love her. We literally are obsessed with her. She's hilarious and amazing. Jasmine Johnson.
Jasmine,
Hey, girl.
hi. We
Thank
love
you so much for watching. We love you so much. We cannot wait to go to your wedding.
Yes.
Okay.
Her wedding's in September. We're very excited.
She's a major Swiftie, and
Also-
I'm dying to see all the little Taylor Swift elements in the wedding. Like, I'm dying.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be awesome.
on point.
Yep.
Also, she makes the best cookies.
Yeah, she does. If you guys
I'd
want
be ordering those.
homemade sugar cookies, she'd be making them and
It's
selling
her
them.
mom's recipe.
So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, all the way to the end of the video, like, oh my gosh, that's great. Please like and
Thank you,
subscribe
thank
if
you,
you
thank
like
you.
it. And yeah, share it.
Share it, like, subscribe. You know I love comments.
We love the comments.
We love you in the comments.
commentary.
Yes.
Comments.
But liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, all helps us out, and we appreciate it. Truly. Again,
You guys, thank you
for watching.
We will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.